Hey peeps, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos where I go through and take a look at some online businesses that are for sale. I'm currently out in Ketchum, Idaho, I've been here for a few weeks. I'm going to be here for another week, spending a little over a month here altogether in Ketchum. I do a lot of mountain biking, so that's what I've been up to out here. And running my actual businesses has kept me very busy. I've not had a time to really do much in the online business world. Until today, until this moment, I decided to go through my emails and see what was out there, see what new listings were up for online businesses. So I pulled up a few of these that seem interesting. Let's take a look at them. The first one here I found on BizBuySell. That's where I find most of these. Virtual online house plan / blueprint design provider. Cash flow $431,000. That should be on an annual basis. Asking price NA. Usually when you see that and it's got a pretty strong cash flow, 431 grand, we can all agree that is not, that's not just like a startup number. And they don't have that asking price. Usually means that they're looking for like 10x or some crazy listing number on this. So I don't know what their asking price is. What do I think is a realistic number? I would say certainly at least a 3x. So that's going to put it at basically 1.3 million. On the high side, 6x if this is a solid, resilient business, which it seems like it is. We'll go through the description in a minute. 6x, I think, would maybe be on the high side of fair. And the fact that they're not putting an asking price alludes to me that they're looking for more than that 6x number. I have no clue what they are. We can see they're doing a $1.8 million in revenue, so they're operating with about a 25% margin, which is healthy to me. That implies that they've got some service providers in here. Usually when I see these businesses and it's like cash flow, $431,000, gross revenue, $470,000, it's like, okay, you've got this online business that's just printing money metaphorically, but that's not likely to, go on forever. It's not sustainable. They've got the business to the point where it's pretty much automated. They don't have to update or publish any content or do much, and it just kind of throws off this number. And you'll see these high margins, but with that high margin is not likely to sustain. It's just going to churn until, a Google update hits it. The market has been saturated, something like that. This is, I would say, a healthy number. I don't know if the asking price is healthy, obviously, but the margin on this, very healthy at about 25%. Business description. Our client, a top seller of complete and customizable online house plans, founded their virtual company 15 years ago. It's really good, well-aged business. As of January 2022, they have nearly 30,000 house plans cataloged for clients to choose from. Their website provides clients with nearly every size and style of design, from the most modern to classic home plan options. 30,000 house plans, that's a lot. I know in Southwest Florida, where they build a lot of gated communities and cookie cutter homes, like you can have the same floor plan in multiple different communities. I doubt there's even 30,000 unique homes in that area. The founders fostered relationships and trust with designers over the last 4 decades in the architectural industry, which has ultimately helped them accumulate a significant inventory of blueprints now included in their current business. Agreements with more than 120 architects give the company rights to sell each designer's plans. The company's library of plans, combined with several hundred of the founders' personal plans, have produced one of the largest and most easily searchable online residential blueprint libraries available. The combination of quality designers and extremely broad spectrum of styles gives the business an advantage, which has put them consistently on page 1 or 2 of most online home plan searches. Significant investments in technology have helped the owners create a user interface that's efficient and easy for clients to navigate. Clients can customize their search by plan type, style, number of bedrooms, garage stall, square footage, and more. The plan also provides detailed instructions and specifications necessary to take into consideration when building the home, such as lot sitting and foundations. The founders proactively track and utilize nearly every SEO detail available, as well as clicks, AdWords, and prospects' habits. This has helped them build an extremely high Google ranking for search queries related to houseplans. The company's online longevity has given them the search engine indexing legacy necessary to become recognized in the online blueprint industry and is a significant barrier to entry. So I'm gathering that this business is highly SEO driven. The business is operated completely remotely through a virtual business model and can be run from a laptop anywhere in the world. 75% of the sales are done through the website completely unassisted, with the remaining orders done by phone. The sellers are active in day-to-day operations. Sellers are active. I thought that may have said inactive. The sellers are active in the day-to-day operations and are supported by one key staff member who does plan customization. So sellers is plural. Maybe there's partners. The sellers are open to staying on as long as needed in a limited strategic role, phasing out across time. It's home-based, but they're currently in Seattle. They've got one employee. We don't know. One thing that is of interest is sellers. That's plural. Do they have two partners working in the business? Who's answering the phone? Okay, it did say that 75% are done completely through their website unassisted. 25%, and 25%, we don't know what the price point on these are. But let's just say it's $100. That's a very substantial number of projects or sales going through the phone. So is that the owners taking that, right? Like, is that something that maybe should be accounted and adjusted for in the pricing, which we still don't know the pricing of? So overall, I would say this business seems well put together, and it seems like it certainly stood the test of time already. And it's a business I'd be interested in learning more about and ultimately seeing what their asking price is, right? That's what's really going to determine it. And the fact that they focus so heavily on search, I think, opens up a big door to paid advertising. I'm a big paid advertising person. So I look to search, or I like businesses that are reliant on search and have built up a brand. And I say that because the brand part is important. If they're just relying on search without a brand, they're, as good as the next Google update, and then they can go to zero. But a business that's reliant on search and has built a brand can really be amplified with paid advertising. And it seems like that might be an opportunity here. Yeah. So it's a very interesting business. If you want to learn more about it, all you got to do is just type this title in, Google it, you'll find this BizBuySell listing and make an inquiry. Next up, industry-leading business brokerage/franchise sales solution. Cash flowing $250,000, asking price $395,000. I like that. Established 2019. Industry-leading business brokerage/franchise sales solution. Profitable national e-platform for business listings and franchise sales. Turnkey solution complete with top-tier domains, well-developed Google and social media marketing channels, tremendously robust lead management system with comprehensive AdWords and YouTube remarketing. Page number 1 of Google organic search. The platform supports over 70 different franchisors in the health and fitness industry, plus there's an entire infrastructure to support a team of business broker and franchise consultants. The platform had been designed to support business resales and new franchised unit sales with a target of $75 million in annual gross sales with only 8 consultants. So, when I first, went over this line, I'm thinking this is like a BizBuySell. And then I get down to here, health and fitness industry. Okay, this is like a BizBuySell for the health and fitness industry. But fundamentally, I don't really get what this business does. So ideal buyer, business broker, franchise consultant, or commercial real estate agent or firm looking to dominate an industry as a leader and expert within a field. Okay, that kind of goes back to the industry thing. Tech entrepreneur who understands the value of high quality market and target specific lead generation to utilize the platform as a cost per lead or referral revenue fee. Again, that sounds like BizBuySell. Franchisor looking to dominate lead generation to filter leads to their own brand. Yeah. Still not exactly clear. I'm just thinking this is like a wannabe competitor to BizBuySell, maybe for a specific industry. 2 employees, owner/developer is at retirement age and looking to slow down, is willing to remain as an advisor and brand ambassador for a period of time, but the platform is taking on legs of its own and could grow exponentially with new management. All you have to do is buy it. Business segment is booming and has seen steady growth. Yeah, it's really not a lot here substantiating what this is. It seems interesting. Definitely not a business model you see a lot of, and if they're legit cash flowing $250,000, although they're not specifying their revenue, which is kind of like a red flag to me. If they're legit cash flowing $250,000, it seems Very interesting. Let's go on to the next one here. Music production, digital products, business, 231K trailing 12-month seller discretionary earnings, and 9 years old. First thing I'm reading between the lines here, this is selling some type of course or info products, music production, digital products. Maybe it's like online DJ software. I don't know. We'll find out. 231K, so decent TTM. Cash flow, 231, asking 615. So asking a little less than 3, I'd say that's a fair multiple for a business that's been around since 2013 in the online space. Profitable digital products business with operator in place. Okay, that means you got to be the operator. Started in 2013, this educational digital course. All right, so it's a course-focused business provides an action-based comprehensive approach to teaching music production. Centered on a learn-by-doing philosophy, students rave about the topics finally clicking. Once going through these courses when compared to other educational approaches out there, this has helped the brand become a household name for beginner producers wanting to learn music production. All right, this is nice. Unlike the other one, to me, this is easily and very clear. Easily understandable and very clear. The business is built around a solid organic and SEO foundation, as 50% of traffic comes from SEO sources, 10% from YouTube with almost 30K subscribers, and 30% from email. Where does the other 10% come from? The brand utilizes 6 core courses to serve their customers and also has a number of bonuses, cohort-based courses, and lead magnets available to use. The courses are created by contractors or via collaborative efforts with other artists. I really, really, really like this because it is not the operator that is getting in there and creating the courses. The business comes with a very strong operator and team that runs the whole business. In fact, the team is well-versed in course creation, establishing and maintaining partnerships, marketing, customer support, copywriting, most other aspects required day to day. Although experience or expertise in the space is helpful, it isn't a requirement for a new buyer. The current owner has been able to grow the company without working in the business for the last few years. Instead, the current owner spends fewer than 10 hours per week working on the business, mostly administrative and strategy work. What's more important is that a new buyer has a desire for or experience in scaling digital products or educational businesses. And if this is true here, and I'd certainly verify this, that they're created by contractors and collaborative efforts with artists, it's incredibly, or not incredibly possible, but this is, I don't say important, it's practical. That, with the experience or desire for scaling digital products, this could work. Now, what is their revenue and cash flow? Okay, so they're paying some expenses out here, and it's about a 50% margin, a little less than 50, or a little more than 50% margin. Yeah, a little more than 50% margin. And I would say that's pretty good. It means that they do have some administrative overhead and they're budgeting and maybe course updates or course development. The site is positioned for a new owner to reap the rewards of the current owner's foundational work, including building out higher ticket courses, coaching programs, creating additional paid advertising channels, more strategic, basic advertising stuff, and it's not SBA eligible. It's home-based. They've got no inventory. It's highly automated. They got a strong social following, and you can grow up by building out higher ticket courses or doing more advertising. I like this one. I think digital courses in the business, like I will help you grow your business kind of space, like make money online space, I think they're really hoard out. I would never get into that. But this thing seems like something that is practical and teaches a skill that people would want to learn. So I really, really actually like this business right here. Let's look at our final one. Motorcycle detailing products, e-commerce, out of Los Angeles. Listed by Mr. Robert Kale from Business Experts, who I have no clue who he is. Asking 360, cash flow 130, so not quite 3x, very practical number. Gross revenue 965, cash flow 130, so that means that they're pulling a margin of like 14%, which is common for the e-commerce space. It's lower than I like, but it is common for e-commerce. 100% multiple sales channels, low workload. For Sale is an e-commerce business created in 2019 that sells motorcycle detailing products through its Shopify websites and Amazon. All products are manufactured exclusively in the United States, and I think that might be a good selling point for the motorcycle audience, although I do not know. I don't have any. I did run a business actually from 2009 to 2012 where I was selling drop shipping motorcycle parts. Did very well with that, but it was not an American-made product. But yeah, I've kind of long since forgotten that market. That was 10 years ago. They are the only motorcycle-specific product advertised direct-to-consumer for motorcycle care, and their clients are acquired via multiple channels, 50% Facebook. All right, so they're doing advertising, 40% Amazon, 10% Google. In the past 12 months, new orders have accounted for 98% of sales, and subscription orders have comprised of 2% of sales. Interesting that they've tried to get the subscription in there, and I wonder if the subscription thing is profitable for them. Like I know so many businesses have been hammered with that kind of messaging of you need to have subscription, you need to have monthly recurring revenue, right? And they're like, okay, we're going to set it up. We're going to set up monthly recurring revenue, but it's such a logistical nightmare, or they can't, or I don't want to say they can't, but they don't bundle effectively, or they can't figure out how to bundle effectively to sell the subscription at a price that is profitable, and they're losing money on it. I know that's a lot of air conditioning companies because I'm in that space, and they're all, for the last 8 years, it's all been like, oh, you need to get, maintenance plans, you need to have monthly recurring revenue, yada, yada, yada. But they all set them up, but I mean, they're basically, I don't want to say they're loss leaders. They are loss leaders fundamentally, but they're true losses because they don't catch the lead, right? They just take the loss, but they don't even come back and make the lead. And at 2% of sales, I don't know if maybe that's where it is. It'd be something to definitely look into. I think the subscription model, when it works great. But in 95 or maybe even higher percentage of businesses where they try to implement a subscription model, it's just a failure, but they do it because every, business management guru out there tells them they need to have it. 71% of revenue comes via their website and 29% is through Amazon. Okay, I like that. Like those numbers, revenues come through their website. The business is 100% remote, and a buyer could expect to run it with part-time hours. The team will not stay with the business, so a buyer will need to either individually absorb duties, hire staff, or pass the responsibilities to an existing team that they manage. Okay. You could probably hear my heart sink, literally, when I read that. Why are they not going to stay with the business? Possibly this is combined with a company that operates a few direct consumer brands, and the employees, handle all kinds of other business stuff for them. They're not really segregated out into this specific business or delegated to this specific business. I'm not sure. That's interesting and weird. They've got 4 employees, 100% home-based. The only motorcycle detailing product marketed direct to consumer. I would not say that is a competitive advantage. It's not difficult to duplicate. So, yeah. Growth and expansion, add more products, grow digital strategy. I'm guessing the products are drop shipped here. I didn't see anything about inventory. Oh, inventory, $100,000 with an asterisk. What is the detail on inventory? Not included in asking price. Okay, so you're gonna have to pay $100,000, I guess, on top of the asking price to get the inventory. Yeah, I mean, I see why they would do that, separate it out, but I think it's kind of unethical. It's like, oh, here's a $360,000 business. All right, now you get hooked. And it's like, oh yeah, that little asterisk right there. Yeah, I think this is an interesting business, so I don't know what else to say about it. 2019 seems a little bit shorter than I would probably look for. And I think for that reason, I would not make an inquiry on it personally. I typically want an online business to have been around for 5 years, just because a lot can happen, and I think that a lot can happen in a short time like that. And it's not uncommon to see businesses spike up and then fizzle out when they really don't have any market. Maybe this thing has a strong brand, but we don't see any recognition of that. And the metrics that they provide here indicate that they don't. 50% Facebook, 40% Amazon. I'm going to guess that's 50%, paid advertising on Facebook. So probably not much brand value there. And, the time online isn't really long enough. Businesses that have been online a long time do tend to kind of hold their weight. Like once they've been around for 5-10 years for sure, they hold their weight. And you see this in search engine rankings. And I firmly believe that time online or age of a domain is a age of a domain with the same concept. I'm not one of those people that, or with the same content. Now, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to buy an age domain and build a business. I think that's just an absolutely miserable, awful, sleazy, failing strategy. But a website that has been the same in online for several years is one of the biggest factors in ranking for SEO. If you look at any of the SEO search results, you'll notice sites that have been around a long time are near the top, and you often see crappy sites with low value content that are up near the top. And in the offline business world space and the home services, I see it all the time where you'll have this company that's got a website online for 20 years or more. This website was built like with the best of 1999, and they're on page 1 of Google for everything. And they follow no SEO best practices. The owner probably doesn't even know what SEO is. And they're up there. Right? And I think it's just a big factor of time online. So yeah, I do like aged online businesses. Those are the business listings that I wanted to share with you guys today. If you're interested in any of them, I'm not affiliated with any of them. These are just random ones that I find. Simply go back, freeze the video when I was on it, and Google the title, and you should come up to the Biz Buy Sell, and you can submit an inquiry. So guys, I hope you found that helpful and insightful. If you did, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm signing off on this one.